So this is off of Instagram. Supposedly this is like some Karen lady going crazy in her community. I want you guys to watch it. I'm gonna put my mic on pause real quick. Let me know what you guys think. We're gonna watch this together. Let's see how this goes. Let's get it done. Get it done.
This lady told me to leave because she thinks it's okay to be racist. She says this is America and it's okay to be racist. All right, sorry. You're right. On the sidewalk. Oh, okay. Good to know. 72776 Columbus. Apparently all my neighbors are racist. Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives... Oh, really? Really? You think black lives only matter to black people? This is the problem with America! This is the problem! This white Karen 2776 Columbus proves it's only white lives matter! Saying black lives matter, I'm saying that other lives don't matter. Black lives matter. Did you hear me say no other lives matter? I said black lives matter. I didn't say no other lives matter. I said black lives matter because they're the ones that are literally getting killed right now. I can't believe there's all these people on my street that are racist as fuck, hiding in their houses, thinking that I'm the one that's causing a disturbance.
What to do with you?
Just go inside.
Because you think that people are literally, you're trying to get the cops to call your phone. Like that's the situation that you think is going on right now. I'm not on their lawn. I'm not on their lawn.
Okay. But I have to notify you officially that you are trespassed from that property. So if you step foot on there again, you're going to be charged with criminal trespass.
Oh, okay. This is just like a warning. Gotcha.
Right. So
cool.
If criminal trespass, you have to be told prior to.
Oh, okay. Yes. So
again,
you're telling me not to step foot on their lawn.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. Got it.
Fair. Okay.
Fair. Thank you.
Roger that.
So we're good.
For now, man.
This lady told me to leave.
All right.
She thinks it's
This is crazy. This is one of the things I've been talking about for a very long time on this show. This is the problem that we have in this country right now. This is the problem we have in America. We're not talking to each other. We're not speaking to each other. You think screaming out Black Lives Matter to these suburban white folks is going to somehow make them have some epiphany? First of all, we don't even know what they think. We don't know if they're racist or not. We don't know what's in these people's hearts. She's screaming at all her neighbors. So you mean to tell me you have proof that every single one of these neighbors are racist? Shaming people, especially if they have nothing to be ashamed of, is not a way for starting a conversation. All that does is turn people off. So now when a rational person comes and tries to have a conversation with somebody who doesn't understand race relations, because there's a lot of people who don't understand race relations. There's a lot of people, because this is a segregated country. It really is. People grow up in bubbles. Your suburban neighborhood is usually comprised mostly of people who are in your demographic. And guess what? The schools of that suburb services that community. In New York City, where I grew up, you could go to any school you want in the city. You had to go to your local junior high school and your local elementary school. But when it's time for high school, you got a book to take home with you that was this thick with every single high school in the city of New York, and there are thousands. And you could choose what school you want to go to. If you want to spend 2 hours on a train getting to school every day to go to school in Staten Island, you could do that. I had a girl that lived in Staten Island. The reason why I said that, because it was in my subconscious. I had a girl that lived in Staten Island. She was real cute too. I tried to holler at her a few times, but she had a man all through high school. She was like, yo, if I was single, I'd give you a chance. All the way from Staten Island to go to school in Harlem. And if you're not from New York City, look it up. That's how far she was coming. In the suburbs, it doesn't work that way. People grow up in their bubbles. So now if a rational person want to go talk to this person about race relations, they're scared to talk about it because of people like this woman. And you know what? I don't know why that neighbor said it's not your problem or it's not your issue or something like that. I don't know what was behind that statement, but I'll tell you what that statement meant to me. That statement to me was a good statement, at least how I interpret it. Maybe she had malice. I don't know. I can't look into her heart. It's a 100% valid statement because you are so passionately screaming out something that you don't really understand. And because you don't truly understand it, you may be expressing it wrong. You may be twisting and distorting that message because you don't really understand what that means. You're saying things that aren't even true. You're saying black people getting killed out here. But for what? Are you talking about cops? Because the statistics clearly show that black people are not being hunted and killed by cops. What is happening is that in the inner city, black people are slaughtering other black people on genocidal levels. So is that what you're talking about? Are you going to use your white privilege to scream Black Lives Matter so you can feel hip, so you can feel like you're doing the right thing and you're on the right side of the spectrum? Or are you going to use your white privilege to help stop and educate black people in the inner city who are slaughtering brothers and sisters? What are you going to use your privilege for? Because walking down this stupid suburb, there probably has like 2 black people that live on that block, if any, is doing nothing. It ain't educating nobody. It ain't saving nobody. It ain't changing nobody. But I could take you a few places in this country where you could use that energy maybe to do some real change. Why don't you go to Chicago? Why don't you go to Brownsville, Brooklyn, and New York? Why don't you go to Rochester, New York? Buffalo, New York? Why don't you go to Atlanta? Why don't you go to St. Louis, which has one of the highest murder rates in this country, with one of the smallest populations? They got like 300,000 people in that city. And look at the death rate for black people. Look at Atlanta, Georgia, the black Mecca. They call it Wakanda. Why don't you go to Wakanda? See what's happening out there in ATL. This city that has all these multinational banks and corporations and all these black folks with good jobs, nice houses, almost all black police force. They burned down Atlanta when Rashad Brooks was shot in the Wendy's parking lot, saying the police force was racist when 90% of the police force is black. When Officer Rolfe was a minority in the police force because he's a white man. And Officer Bronson, minority in the police force because they're white men. But the whole force is racist, even though you got a black police chief, black captains, black lieutenants, black mayor, black city council. Everybody's black, but it's a racist town. And we got to burn it down. Chi-Town, black mayor, black police chief, black city council. Horrendous murder rate when it comes to black people. So I'm getting tired of all this bull crap that I see on this internet, that I see happening in this world, where people think they doing something just by screaming a slogan. That slogan ain't doing nothing. And I'll leave it with you this. I'll leave this with you. I think this is important. I spoke about this last night I think I did a live last night. I don't be remembering. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm starting to do more lives and pre-produced shows. I need to get back on my pre-produced shows. We burned down half of America in 2020. We did that. Burned it down. I still have memories from what I saw during the George Floyd riots. Still got memories. They promised us mental health care. They promised us social workers that will come and solve all your problems when you have marital issues. They promised us restorative justice. They promised us reentry programs to give trades to ex-cons when they come out of prison so they don't go reoffend. Drug treatment, treat drugs like a mental health issue and not like crime. They promised us all of those things and they gave us nothing. The only thing they did was bail reform, where they sent all the gangsters and the criminals back out into the community after they robbed, raped, murdered, and pillaged the community. We send them back out there free of charge. No skin in the game. Don't worry about it. Don't put up your house. Don't put up your car. Don't put up the Rolex that you done bought with drug money. Don't put none of that up. No, released on your own recognizance. ROR. See you hopefully for your next court date. That's the only thing we got out of a whole year of rioting, destruction, and protest. And now here comes 2021. The only thing that's happening is black people being killed. Where are all the social justice warriors? Where are all the social justice warriors? Where are you? The job is not done. Where are you?